Hey listeners, you're listening to the Midnight Readers podcast. Grab some tea, a midnight snack, and cuddle up in bed as we dive deep into today's most popular fantasy, sci-fi, and mysteries. We're your hosts. I'm Lily.
I'm Brittany.
And I'm Christy.
This season we'll be discussing the paranormal romance with political intrigue, mystery, and an Omega-verse flair. That's right, grab your future husband-to-be. We're headed to Bride's Alt-America Wear territory.
A marriage built on blood is strategy. A marriage forged in blood is diplomacy. But love is choosing the terrifying warlord and this podcast because they're both ridiculously fluffy. Calling all majestic fluff balls, this is your season.
In this episode, we'll be discussing Book 1, Bride, the prologue through Chapter 6, where Misery Lark is taken out of her comfortable bubble of solitude only to be offered up by her father for the second time as collateral.
Before we get into it, this is your warning for major spoilers ahead. This includes both Bride and Mate, any interviews with the author, and online fan discussions. We're also avid fans of the Moss universe and might accidentally let spoilers slip for other popular romantasy book series as well. Starring in advance, like the books, this podcast is rated R, so be warned.
Also, a friendly reminder to please like, subscribe, and follow. You can find us on Instagram, Threads, Facebook, and YouTube. You can also join our growing community on Patreon for bonus content and more.
All right, well, right off the bat, can I just say, when I started to write my notes for this episode, I thought to myself, how do I even start this episode? Because we're just thrown into this story, and I was so excited. I couldn't even, get my thoughts together. I was enjoying the book so much. I was like, how do I even write a summary? Or, a summary for the beginning? Because I was like, oh my gosh, so much happened. And as soon as you start reading, it's just right. Everything is there on the page. The first thing we get is that Misery is wedding her husband, who she just met for the first time at their wedding.
She's very snarky about it. She's like, I tried to meet him before, but apparently that was a no-go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we also learn right off the bat that this is supposed to be the solution to a centuries-long war.
Which, when does that ever work out?
Right.
Well, it didn't for them. One of them turned into a bloodbath.
One of them did, and that's why it hasn't happened for 200 years. So we find out a little bit about Misery right off the bat. We know she's a vampire. Not sure what is the intended pronunciation. And we find out that she is wedding a were.
In the audiobook, it does say vampire. So I'm assuming...
I think vampire makes sense.
And can I say that this book had me at hello?
Yes.
Because one of the first things she talked about doing when they broke out as kids was adopting a dog.
I wrote that down too. I was like, aw. Although she's like, the only time I contemplated marriage was to escape my childhood. And I was like, marriage is an escape? Are you sure about that?
To be fair, she was wanting to escape with her best friend Serena and then marry her because she was like, you're the only person I trust or like.
Yes.
That's true. That is true.
So I feel like it's kind of, I don't know, it's a sweet way to be like, yeah, I only dreamed about marriage because I only like one person and I really wanted to get away from the life that I was living, which we learn pretty fast who she is. We learn that she is 25 years old and that she is best friends with a girl named Serena, who she lived with for some time. It's not really revealed until later why she lived with Serena, but she also has pointed ears and she is blonde.
Which is weird for vampires.
It definitely is. It reminds me of elves.
Me too.
But like high elves.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Legolas. Which, nothing against that. Cool with that. Also, I did not know going into this book that she has a twin, which maybe I did. I think maybe Rachel told me, but Rachel is also a twin. So I was like, oh, how funny. And she's getting ready. She's getting all dolled up for her wedding. And her twin, whose name is Owen, comes in and he's like, I hope they vaccinated you for rabies while they were at it.
He is very like, I'm going to pretend to be blasé about this.
Yeah, he's honestly, even by the end of this section, I wasn't quite sure how to feel about him. I think I like him. He seems to be an ally. But going back to Owen, his name, why? My first thought was his name is Owen and her name is Misery.
For real.
Well, she finished off her mother.
Finished off.
And so remember the Vampire Council names them.
Yeah.
And he is the next in line, and she finished off the mother because Owen like weakened her, and then Misery was the final like blow, killed her. And so
right, but
okay, but let's just talk about the names in general because everybody else, Serena, Owen, Anna, like they all got normal names, and then we get Lowe and Misery.
Which, come on now, his name is Lowe Moreland. We kind of talked about this in the trailer, but I think that is the most ridiculous name. And also, I felt like every time I was reading his name, near his name in the book, Lower or Lowers was somewhere near his name. And I was like, does she realize she's doing this when she writes this?
Low lowers.
Yeah, low lowers. That is actually something I read in the book. And I was like, I can't believe, like, you could have switched that up. That's the only gripe I had with her writing, though, because I actually think she's a fantastic writer.
Honestly, if we had a new cat right now, I would name him Lowe.
Oh, great name for a cat.
I do not want another cat.
Please, no more cats. I'll put that out there for you.
Thank you.
You're at capacity.
Oh, we're over.
Yeah.
But the universal cat distribution system loves you.
They really do.
Apparently it fucking does. Like, damn it. Go to somebody else, please.
Before we get too much into the story, I did want to mention the cover because it does give off graphic novel vibes, which there's nothing wrong with graphic novel vibes. It's just not appealing to me. I don't know. If I were looking in a bookstore, this is not something I would pick up, which really sucks because then I would have missed out on what seems to be a really great story so far. I really loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I saw your notes on that in the doc, and I personally disagree. I see what you're saying by it looks a little graphic novel-y, just because it has a very distinct style, but I think it's more interesting than most books out there right now that are romances. I'm not a big fan of a lot of the styles. I'm
not saying, like, there are some of my favorite books I would have never picked up the cover, like Alona Andrews' Burn for Me. Literally, it's like two people on the cover or actually I guess it's White Hot, the second book in the series, where the guy looks basically naked. It's just a shirtless guy on the front, and that's not my type of book.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have picked that up.
Yeah.
And, boo on me for judging a book by its cover and all. But yeah, no.
No, I get
I'm just pleasantly surprised.
All I'm saying is that the cover of this one would have made me immediately want to pick it up. And I like it. For example, I always thought that the covers of the Mercy Thompson series were like kind of a turnoff, the first few of them, because the first few of them are like, I don't know, a little...
Trying too hard to be sexy?
I think so. And like Mercy's not really like that.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand that. But even still, I like books like that. But sometimes the cover just really turns me off.
Yeah.
But
the other thing I was going to bring up was I did listen to the audiobook, and it has two narrators that I really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, the female narrator, I am not going to mispronounce her name. She had this southern accent to her, this slight southern accent. It wasn't too heavy-handed, but generally I hate that. But it got to the point where I was able to just kind of, it sounded normal. Like I didn't notice the accent as much. And so
I said she plays Misery? Or...
Yeah.
Oh,
wow. I would not have imagined her as Southern at all.
Me either. I heard her like...
It's supposed to be set in the Southwest, so I'm thinking like Texas.
Oh.
Oh, heard her like Bronxy or something.
Like what?
Like Bronxy, like from the Bronx.
Oh my God, what?
Yeah.
That's even crazier. Oh my gosh, that's also not what I would expect.
Well, what did you expect?
Just like no accent. I didn't have anything in mind at all.
Hello, I am Misery.
Yeah.
Hello, I am Misery.
Misery Lark.
That is Southern.
She did not sound like that.
I gotta listen to the audiobook just so I can experience it.
It was the type where, like, as soon as she started talking, I noticed it, but it faded real quick. So.
Huh. Okay. What were your first impressions besides the first openings, Christy?
I love the character.
Yeah.
I think other than the adoption thing, even that with the little sarcastic things, it's funny because when she would say something in the book, and immediately my brain would go to something else sarcastic to say, and like the next sentence was her saying that thing, and I was like,
"That's great,
thank you."
So she's relatable.
This is awesome. Yeah, but this author does such a beautiful job of writing in such a way that you can put it down. It's not a lot of talking in there, but somehow she manages to describe things without over describing, or it's like just the perfect mix that makes it so interesting, and it makes you immediately start loving these characters, which is hard to do.
I feel like we don't get bogged down in details, but we also get all the details we need.
Yeah.
This was a great follow-up to Twilight because the storytelling is so beautiful. The character, she's not whiny or annoying or anything like that. This was a perfect one.
Unlike Twilight.
This was a perfect one to follow Twilight with.
Which, speaking of Twilight, we talked about in the trailer how this could have been a Jacob Renesmee fanfic based on something that Brittany saw online.
Yeah, somebody said it was a Jacob Renesmee Roblox fanfic, but I'm not seeing it so far.
Same. I think I had heard elsewhere that it might have started as a fanfic, and if it's Jacob and Renesmee, that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't think Lowe is anything like Jacob in my mind.
No.
There's not really any way to know how Renesmee is because we don't get to see her not a child.
Ew.
So
I don't think Lowe would ever love a baby like that. I think he would kill anybody that did.
Yes. Yeah.
To be fair, it's the Wolfie connection that makes Jacob that way. I don't think Jacob approves of loving kids either. At least not in book
I agree.
3.
I agree.
Yeah, well, still.
But
I will say this. It is hard for a fucking author to take a child and make me just love them to where they are almost one of my favorite characters. But damn it, if she didn't do that within like a couple paragraphs.
Yes. And I can't wait to talk about those scenes. Yes.
But yeah, back to the wedding.
Yes. So we start off with the wedding. She's getting ready for the wedding. We find out a couple of things that I haven't mentioned. One being that vampires have a language of their own called the tongue. It's not really described in any way besides the fact that it's the tongue, and it seems to be implied that others do not understand it. We also find out that both the species, vampires and werewolves, it's hard for me to just say weres. I feel like just the weres is a little weird. They have different colored blood. So
Which I was like, oh, she color-coded them. Humans are red.
Yeah.
The vampires are violet, purple, and weres are green.
Yep. So
she color-coded them.
The massacre that you mentioned earlier, Christy, between the two species is called the aster because it looks like the aster flower, which is mostly purple and a little bit of green.
Okay, but think about this. Who the fuck walked into that massacre and was like, oh, this is like a flower?
Some fucker. Like, it was definitely a vampire. Can I just say that? It wasn't aware.
Probably like me.
Probably.
To be fair.
Probably
Ooh,
not
how
aware.
pretty. How pretty.
But I thought that was an interesting way to refer to it, though.
Yeah.
Like the lily.
Yeah. Maybe I'm a little biased as a flower. But another thing that I think is really fascinating that we get right off the bat is a series of things about that make them different. And not just the blood, but vampire society has evolved past monogamy, or at least so she says.
Which, can I say, the way it was kind of phrased in there sounded so judgmental to people
Yeah.
who choose monogamy. Yeah.
Just a little bit, yeah. She's like, we don't even concern ourselves with that, but the
We're
way
evolved.
It sounds later in this section, it sounds more like, well, none of us have real relationships with each other.
Yeah.
Well, it's all about procreating because they have a hard time procreating. So it's
like the Vulcans.
and the Fae with their pointy ears.
They have pointy ears.
Yes. Yep. My mind has been really on Star Trek lately.
I love the fact, though, that so in Twilight, going back to that a little bit, the things that were changed for the vampires, it was stupid stuff that served no purpose.
Right.
But I feel like a lot of the changes that this author makes, they serve a purpose, and it actually makes them really interesting, but she also builds around it so it makes sense.
Absolutely.
And I loved that part of it.
Yes, the world building is my favorite part of the story so far. It makes so much sense. But also I have so many questions still. There is a point in this first prologue where she says that the weres are taller, faster, and stronger than vampires, which I feel is turning a typical supernatural pairing of vampires and werewolves on its head. Because I feel like usually we see either more of an equal between the two, or vampires are implied to be the superior option because they're smarter in some way, or they're living longer, or something like that. And I feel like this is the first time I've seen vampires pitted as maybe the underdogs in this situation because they don't live forever in this book. They're not immortal. And because of that, they don't have time, money, and manpower because they're not developing relationships to outlast this war with the werewolves, which I think is fascinating compared to what we've been reading.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's really fun. The changes. It's something that's interesting and that it's like, all right, well, let's see where this goes.
Although the humans are always given the same power, and it's the power of procreation. They fucking reproduce like rabbits, so...
Yep, true.
Numbers are power.
Like those bugs you can't get rid of.
And humans are terrified of both vampires and werewolves.
Yes.
But then why would they agree to be the little tender victuals at the wedding?
I was like, why is it always the humans who are like...
the lowest rung?
Really? You asked that question? You know the answer to that.
Let's just bring them... No, they're always they're brought in to be like the neutral third party. And I'm like, the mediators.
No, I don't think they were brought to be the mediators. I think what they were brought to be is if shit goes wrong, then they could throw them to the werewolves as they run. You know?
Well, it was the werewolves and the vampires who agreed to bring in the humans. And I've read several fantasy books where it's somewhere in the Psy Changeling book series by Nalini Singh. There's the Psy who are like the Vulcan, and the Changelings who are, they're animals-ish. And then there's the humans who are brought in to mediate between the two. Because the Psy are emotionalists, and the Changelings are full of emotions, and they can't talk to each other. So they bring in the humans.
Yeah.
And
it's hard for me to feel like the humans are that way, though. But maybe for the werewolves, like they brought them in so that if the vampires ignored them, they could pick up a human by the legs and like hit the vampire with a human, like a doll.
Well, to be fair, the humans between the other two they have to be the neutral party. They don't have powers of any kind.
Yeah.
Oh, well, she implies that their weapon of choice is just their weapons.
Yeah,
their guns.
Yeah. Which I guess the vampires and weres could use too, so doesn't really make them special at all.
Yeah, true.
But we also get a hint in this prologue about the collateral thing, which there's someone in the wedding as she's walking down the aisle, and someone's whispering, and they're like, she used to be the collateral with the human for 10 years, and now this? And I was like, what does that mean when I first started reading it? And it's just like slipped in there. And of course, we find out later what that means, which is she was used as a bargaining tool.
And the vampires are ungrateful little bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're definitely assholes.
They, so far, are not on my good list.
But to be fair, the wares are also kind of assholes.
Yeah.
Some of them. But there's some that are adorable.
One in particular.
Which one, Alex or Anna?
I was thinking Anna, but I guess Alex is really cute too. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I love me some Alex.
me too. We do.
He might be this book's Caleb for me.
I know. I love him. I agree.
Okay, so I thought he was adorable, but he reminds me of a little kid because he was kind of a little bit spineless there.
He'll get there.
Yeah. It's okay. We like submissives too. I have no problem with submissives in this house. Speaking of submissives, as opposed to that, there is one big dominant man, and he is the male love interest, and he is tall, handsome, with short brown hair and oddly pale green eyes, as opposed to the violet eyes of the vampires. And we see him as soon as she walks down the aisle, and behind her side is Vanya, the head of the vampire guard, and behind him is all of his men. And the second he gets close enough to her, he is sniffing. The man is sniffing it up.
That stylist put something on her, and I was like,
oh, I meant to mention that.
Is that werewolf pheremones?
I don't think so.
Wait. Did the stylist for real, or do you think he did?
No, he did put something on her. He put colored markings of green, which were implied to mimic the blood of the wearers. So it's supposed to spark his feral, excitement. Okay,
Which is what a pheromone is, except for, it's
I do not think it's a pheromone. I think it's because they're true mates, and she smells different.
That's what I was thinking.
I think yes. I think that they're mates. Obviously, it's yes. But I think they added some pheromones to it.
No, I don't think so. Because he smells it later. She doesn't have that on her.
Yeah, and she could wash it off.
She does. She said she took a...
She washes her body.
Said, and then she was like, and there's just a faint line of green still there.
I do not think it's pheromones.
No, I think it's a true mate smell.
Okay.
Yeah, when you smell... When she smells it at the end of this book, when he smells it at the end of this book, you'll have to agree with me.
I think, again, that yes, it is the mate. Just because you put in pheromones doesn't mean that it just makes the reaction stronger. Not that it doesn't negate the mate thing.
What makes you think that?
Because of the stylist. Trust me, I've read about this. Your werewolf husband will love it.
I just thought it was the colors.
That was just my thought.
Yeah.
That there was some...
But Lowe seems to think she smells great.
Well, and he catches her. I guess she falls and then he catches her.
She slips.
But who else, when the little officiant, because he's like right up on her, and he's like, oh my, who else thought of George Takei?
I did not, but now that you said it,
that was the voice.
That's all I can hear.
I saw that and I was like, oh my, like
fascinating. Oh my.
Oh God, he's one of my favorite people on the planet. So that was awesome. Yes.
I just knew as soon as he was like, how the fuck do you smell like this? I was like, this is going to be so good. This is going to be so good. I know it. But as we have discussed before, I don't remember if I mentioned this on the podcast, I read a lot of fan fiction, so I'm already excited just based on that, But after we get this glimpse at the wedding, chapter 1 throws us back. I think it was 3 weeks prior to the wedding?
6.
6? Okay. So 6 weeks prior, she is in a completely different situation. she is actually living amongst the humans, and she is working a desk job. She works at a cubicle, and she has a asshole of a coworker named Pierce, and she's going by a different name. She's going by the name Missy.
Wait, is she, or is he just being an ass calling her that?
No, she said that when that other vampire showed up, who I don't remember their name.
Vanya?
Vanya.
Was it a she?
Yeah.
I think she called Misery by her true name. She very specifically says, because she's living under an assumed identity in the human world. She's hiding.
That's right. Okay.
Which I thought it was very shitty of them to just come in and blow up her life like that.
Yeah, especially because Vanya clearly doesn't fucking care. That's just so rude.
And yes.
Yeah. Well, the way that they treat her, she's saved their fucking asses by being that person. And then they treat her like shit. Are you kidding?
She just wanted to get away from them, and I don't really blame her. We find out in this chapter, I believe, that her father sent her away for 10 years to live with humans, and the humans sent a human girl to live with the vampires in an exchange to keep an alliance between the humans and the vampires, which they've been doing for hundreds of years.
Yeah, and if the other party steps out of line, it's immediate death for the child. I
was actually really confused in this scene because I didn't realize she was pretending to be a human at first. Because we're thrown into this without any understanding of how the relationships could work. So
yeah, I made a note in another chapter where we went from the wedding to her pretending to be human to back to the reception to it was kind of a little disjointed in the transitioning. There wasn't much warning of, okay, we're going back to the past, we're going back to the future. There was that one, 6 weeks later, but in the other ones, when you were going back and forth, at least for the audiobook, I had to sit there and go, oh, okay, so it's not the present time anymore. Oh, okay, no, are we back at the, why?
I could see that
deception? Being
a problem with the audiobook, especially. Yeah.
Yeah, because with reading the book, I found it quite soothing. I felt like it made me think of my own brain, kind of the back and forth and all over the place. So to me, I was like, oh, this is fine.
Usually it's fine. I just need some indicators, a little bit more indicators of, are we back in the present? Are we back in the past? Like, where are we? What's going on? Yeah.
So she's in this cubicle sitting next to her asshole coworker who is basically telling her, you should smile more.
That motherfucker not only said that, but he also gaslit her of, well, if you were friendlier. I've had that said to me where, because I didn't come in the morning with a bright smile on my face and say good morning to everybody, it was, oh, well, if you were more friendly, then your coworkers would like you. Just give me some freaking time, okay? Sorry. Rant over.
Well, fuck those coworkers then.
For real. I mean, not everyone comes into work every day peachy keen, ready to talk to everybody. Why can't you just work and go about your business?
Yeah.
And some people like to just be left the fuck alone.
Right. Mind your business.
Yeah. And poor Misery has to deal with this fuckwad. And then Vanya comes in and just blows that whole situation up and says, your father wants to see you. And Misery's like, this has never happened before.
And clears out the place.
Oh, no.
She's like, is he dying?
Oh, no, I'm talking about when Pierce is like, vampires! Oh, my God! Call the battalion or whoever.
Oh yeah. When she snaps at him. When she snaps at him and he's like, we're being attacked! Oh, my God!
All she does is clink her teeth. She just does like a little, and then he's like, oh, my God!
Clear the building! Clear the building!
Yeah, so little wimpy humans, I guess. Oh, man. But yeah, she's talking to Vanya on the way there, and she's like, God, I hate this bitch. And she's like, how can I tell her to fuck off without really telling her to fuck off? And then they get there, and Vanya's already gone, and she's like, damn it. Damn it, I wanted to tell her, fuck you. But she's like, is he dead? No, he just wants to talk to you.
She's like, did you really think that he would summon you if he were dying? For
Yeah.
a kidney, yeah. I think that he would want my body parts.
Amazing. Yeah, she's so snarky. It's really funny.
She is.
Mhm.
Love it.
Oh, yeah.
I know I mentioned this several times previously to y'all and in the trailer, but she just does really give me Charlie Davidson vibes. And it's been a long time since I've been able to read a book like Charlie Davidson series for the first time. So I'm enjoying it. I love the stuff.
Yeah, I'm liking it a lot.
I'm going to have to check that out then. Because 2 books for this is not going to be enough.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's like 13 or something in the Charlie Davidson series.
There you go. That's what I need.
Exactly.
At some point, it does sometimes get a little too like, okay, enough with that joke. But, you know, still love it.
I will say one of the things that I enjoyed about this chapter, she walks in to talk to her father, and he's in a very high, like he's in like a sky-rise building, which is where they call the nest. And it is full of windows. And she says, a lot of people think that we're afraid of light because sun hurts us, but actually we covet it. And so we really want windows and lights everywhere. We just have to protect ourselves a little bit, but we covet the light. And I was like, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Of course they want the light.
Yeah. And they have apparently these windows cost $1 million because they have to filter out all the stuff that hurts them while still getting the light.
Right. There's also a note about from the windows, I think she says you can see over a lot of the city. One of the things you can see is the river that cuts the north and the south. And that reminded me a lot of Crescent City. Actually, just the whole fact that there's species of different types of beings also reminds me of Crescent City a lot.
Yeah.
And the back and forth.
The fun banter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we find out also that her father's name is Henry, and he looks like her, apparently.
Henry Lionel.
Which, again, normal ass fucking name. Just saying.
I said the same thing. I was like, okay, Henry Owen Misery. All right. But according to Henry, he's like, so how has life been like pretending to be a human? And we find out she's been dulling her fangs. She's been shaving down her teeth.
Which has to hurt.
That's crazy.
Like the vibration on just like doing your nails? Imagine that in your mouth.
Ah.
Yeah. And they grow back really fast. Yeah. It's terrible. What else?
I don't remember what she was talking about, but they do talk about like the vampires killing people, and she's like, ugh, killing would be so exhausting.
Yeah. She'd be like, actually, we don't really do that because it's actually a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the biting and then the cleanup and then the burying of the body.
Then we have to pretend we didn't do it, so we have to hide it, and it's just really a lot. So what do? They drink blood from blood bags, which makes sense.
Yeah. And they have blood banks.
And they only have to feed once a day.
I wonder if they're set up like a McDonald's. I'll have the number 2.
I'll have the AB positive. Except she says that they all taste the same.
Yeah, well, she said the only thing that would give blood different tastes is if they had a disease. And I was like, they do call us sweet bloods.
Oh, the diabetic.
Yeah.
Sweet bloods.
Would like a number 2 with sugar.
My blood would be a treat, a dessert.
You would be the cake.
So
my blood would be gross?
What? Which she didn't say gross. She just said it gives it flavor.
Fair enough.
She also said it's the same thing that, stops people from giving blood, which, fair, because I'm only allowed to give blood if I can prove that I have had stable blood sugars for 3 months, which, it's kind of fun. Not, yeah.
I can't give blood because I don't ever have the right amount of platelets.
Plus, they always take my blood at the doctor's.
Yeah, same.
I need it. I need it so that they can test it.
I need the blood. So we also find out that Mr. Lark, or Councilman Lark, I think she calls him.
Yep.
So he's been collaborating with the humans for years to have an alliance against the Weres, and he's been working with this political figure who I did not write down his name.
Davenport?
Just the mayor.
Davenport, thank you. And I thought he was the governor.
Or governor, something like that. I don't know.
Either way, there's a big political shift, and Miss Garcia is the new, I think, governor. And she has decided she no longer wants an alliance with the vampires. So they're going to have to figure some shit out.
She just said that she wanted to stop the collateral program. They're assuming that she wants to stop the alliance.
True, but she does avoid him at the wedding.
I would avoid him too. He sounds like an asshole.
He sounds like Lionel.
I don't know if he's that bad.
Yeah, I don't know if he's that bad.
Just wait.
He reminds me of Tywin Lannister.
Who?
He really does.
From Game of Thrones?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never seen it or read it.
Somebody who is more worried about political power and staying in charge. They don't want to, they just want power for themselves. It's not necessarily about dominating others.
Right, yeah. And Tywin uses his children for everything. He puts them in political offices. He marries them off to other people. He uses them to make his power.
They're pawns.
Yes, they're pawns. So it reminded me a lot of Mr. Henry Lark here. And we find out that recently 4 boys, human boys, I believe, decided to nearly throw, or was it recently? Yeah. They decided to nearly throw the entire country into war because they decided to sneak into Were territory.
To swim a river and go touch the bank of their territory and come back, because that's brilliant.
And they got caught.
Ding dong ditch.
Yeah, like a ding dong ditch. Yes. So apparently they got caught real fast, and the Weres pulled them in and had them for a little while before they were returned. And it was assumed by the humans that they killed them.
And the vampires.
Killed the boys. Yeah. And so for a while there was this big uproar about what they were going to do about the alliance. But since the Weres returned them, there's been this conversation happening between Lowe and Garcia because they all realized, oh, Roscoe, the previous alpha, is no longer in charge. And according to Henry, he thinks Roscoe would have killed those boys. But turns out the new guy in charge might not be as violent.
Yeah.
I bet he's violent, but in the best ways.
Yes, bitch. Yes. We might have a problem, but I agree with you 100%. But yeah, it really surprises me that the Weres are seen as like the stronger species in this situation. It's just not as common. But it's clear that Mr. Lark is scared of them. And if not really scared of them personally, scared of what they can do to the vampire population. He says that because vampires cannot reproduce at the rate that Weres and humans can, they are at risk for being wiped out almost 100% because he fears that the humans and the Weres are going to collaborate and, come at the vampires. So he thinks that they're at a disadvantage. I will say an aside thing is during this whole conversation with Henry Lark, her father, there's all this back and forth in Misery's head about, one, how betrayed she feels because he sent her off as a kid and he clearly doesn't seem to care about it, And then 2, Serena. And we constantly have this thing going on in the back of her head about Serena. And for a while, I was really confused as to what was going on with Serena. I thought maybe she was just fighting, that her and her best friend were like just not talking or something.
Yeah.
And we find out, yes, they are kind of fighting, but also Serena is missing.
Yeah. Well, we don't find out she's missing until chapter 3, I think. But I was like, when she heard the name Lowe Moreland, that was when she decided.
Yes.
And she was like, because of Serena. And I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, is he like an ex who?
Yeah. I wondered as well. And I didn't like that
Yeah, I was like, did he hurt her? Is there like an accusation of rape or something? And if there were, I would have assumed that it would have been somebody else and not Lowe. But yeah, I was just like, is this somebody who hurt Serena supposedly, and that's why she wants revenge?
Yeah. I was wondering that as well, because at the end of this chapter, like you said, we get 2 initials and the last name Moreland. And my first thought was, it's got to be a mistaken identity. Whatever is going on, the L.E. Moreland has to be someone that's not Lowe. And we haven't found anything else out, except for there is one person who has the same initials.
Which I'm thinking is his dad.
Same. But even still, by the end of chapter 6, we know very little about Lowe.
Yes, very.
Very little. So I also want to comment on, speaking of Lowe, it seems that all of the opening quotes past chapter 1, I believe, are from Lowe's perspective.
Yeah, I think so. They are read in the Will Dameron reads them, so I'm also assuming that they're his.
It's not very clear when you first start reading the chapter. It's just quotes at the beginning in italics, and so you just kind of have to make an assumption, but it seems to make the most sense. We switch back in chapter 2 to the wedding.
To the reception.
Yes, the reception. And
in which we find out that Lowe is an architect.
And
he's really good with kids.
Yeah, he is. Which, a man who is good with kids, I don't care what you say, that's one of the hottest things you possibly could be.
I know, right?
Kids or animals, yes.
Yep. Both.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Even if you don't want kids, it's hot. It's because it's like he doesn't lose his cool.
Yeah. And he goes, and even the vampire child and the werewolf child, they both like were very calm around him. And if you project, like, if kids like you, that's, I'm just saying, it's telling.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Rachel texted me today, and she said this to me more than once since she finished the book, but she was like, why can't werewolf men be real? I'm like, girl, I've been asking that for years. Same, girl. But back to the book. One of the things we find out from Misery interacting with other people at her wedding reception is, one, like you said before, Christy, she was named by a council, not her mother, which really still confuses me. I need to know why that is.
Yeah.
We also
her
find out
mother is dead, though.
Yes, we find out she says, I did kill my mother.
Which, the idea that a baby killed their mother during birth is
cruel.
Don't put that on the kid.
Yeah.
Y'all are really going to blame a baby for that?
Yeah.
Blame medicine.
Yeah. We also find out that, or at least we assume, we don't have much information, but we overhear someone talking about a mate. And someone says something about Lowe is sending his mate.
And it couldn't mean his friend?
Yeah. The governor said that to her. And yes, I've seen a lot of Australian readers on Instagram going, does anybody else have this problem with the word mate?
That's amazing. It's set in America though, right? Like, to be fair, we have no confirmation of that. We are just probably assuming because we're fucking filthy Americans.
I think that the mate that he is sending is Roscoe's mate.
Oh, you think?
It could be a mate.
I could
it
see
just
that.
doesn't have to be his.
Yes. Yeah.
But doesn't it have to be someone that you don't want to die? And wouldn't he not care about Roscoe's mate? It has to be somebody important to him.
Roscoe was their alpha for a really long time, and we don't know their relationship yet because we don't know anything about him. We just know that one day he is...
Could it be like his sister?
Honestly, honestly, that's such a good theory, Brittany, because if you think about what we find out later, that there seems to be some kind of faction that is still loyal to Roscoe or whoever is in his cadre called the Loyalists, if he's sending away Roscoe's mate, it's definitely to keep that from growing.
Could be, yeah.
That's a great theory. Just have to say.
That's my thoughts.
It's a good thought. If not Roscoe's mate, then possibly someone else's. Fingies crossed.
Yeah, that would. But it would have to, it would have to be somebody that was close to him, because that's part of the collateral, is that they have to mean something to whoever's in charge. And so if it was somebody from an opposing party, they wouldn't mean something unless she's somehow related to him.
Well, they could lie. You can lie about it.
Yeah.
But wouldn't she be like, fuck you? Like, I hate him. He killed my lover.
I don't know. We don't know the politics of the werewolves right now.
Yeah.
So it could be like, because they said that he didn't murder Roscoe, that he died during.
Fucking cracked me up.
During the challenging.
When Alex was like, no, he didn't murder him. He just died during the process.
He could have had a heart attack. He was
That
old,
reminds
right?
me of when Christy's like, he didn't mean to hurt her. The polar bear just wanted a hug. Like, it's the same kind of logic.
He could have had a heart attack. He was old, right?
My bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, obviously.
We don't know what happened just yet. Come on.
Amazing. There is a part here where she makes a comment about it being a fake marriage. And I was like, okay, but it has to be real on some level. Otherwise, there'd not be a reason to do it. I guess the legal binding is what it is, but I just feel like that's not enough.
I mean, a marriage is generally a ceremony to declare love. They didn't even know each other before this, so...
But what I'm saying is, they didn't have to do a marriage. They could have just done a collateral exchange.
Yeah.
So there has to be something that comes out of this besides just legally being tied to each other. This is my thoughts, because if they didn't want it to be real on some level, then they could have just done another collateral exchange.
They could have.
They could, and it only lasts a year.
Yeah, that too. I was like, okay, you're literally marrying somebody, and in your vows, you were like, I declare that I love you for the rest of my life, which, you can't really make that promise, especially when you start out not loving them to begin with. But
we didn't hear their vows, to be fair.
But she did mention
it's a trial run.
She did mention in the vows that she declared or said her vow to love him for the rest of eternity. Because I wrote it in the notes saying, like, you don't even love him now. How can you vow to love him for the rest of your life? Especially when it ends in a year.
You're just repeating what they tell you to say.
Yeah.
So it's not a real marriage.
Right, which is my point.
Yeah.
To be fair, that's a lot of like regular marriages.
True. It's true.
As the only unmarried person, I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself.
I'm not saying I have experience. I'm just saying that's true.
I have witnessed.
Yeah.
Well, it may not be a real marriage, but that conversation that she eavesdrops on at the bottom of the stairs, that was clearly them going, oh, there's no way she's your mate. They're like,
definitely.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. He's
like, I smelled it.
And I like how the group of them are like, we're going to pretend that's not happening.
That's not happening, no.
He was like, why does she smell? He's like, it's happening again. Like, I'm smelling it still. And that's probably why he knows she's there when he breaks up the fight between the two kids and she's watching from steps away. It's like, he could probably smell you from across the room, girl. Meanwhile, poor Misery, she thinks that she smells like rotten eggs or something to him.
Why is it that they always assume the worst?
Well, imagine his response. He was probably like, oh my God. Like, I kind of get it. But she should just ask him about it, to be fair.
I mean, she does kind of in his office later. She's like, I bathed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
How do I smell? And he's like,
he pretends.
It's not improved. It's not
the
improved.
situation hasn't improved, I think is what he says, or something like that.
The tent in my pants is still up.
Exactly.
I still want you.
Yep.
It's not good.
You smell so good. I'm like, yes, she be sniffing. But they end up having to do the first dance together. She makes a really terrible joke about drinking werewolf blood. And he's like, did you really just say that? And she's like, I am so sorry.
My bad.
They also reveal to each other that they've kind of done like a little background check on each other, which is how we find out that he's an architect.
But also, he didn't look at it. He was like, they're all the same.
So sad. But then he asks her a very valid question. He says, does your father hate you?
Yes, he does.
I was like, good question, sir.
I don't even think he cares enough about her to hate her. I
he
think
probably doesn't hate her.
She's just a non-entity.
She's a pawn.
I agree.
Figure to move on the board.
I agree. I don't think he hates her, but I do think something else is going on there. It possibly just indifference or just the power play.
Yeah.
Well, he got the kid he needed, Owen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But through this, we learn that she has survived several assassination attempts.
Yeah.
And then, there's another one. Right on the dance floor. Great security, guys.
The waiter in the middle of vampires and wares.
You vampire bitch.
What was the point of that? I mean, we don't know if the waiter was a vampire or a werewolf or a human.
Yeah, we don't.
But
I think I thought it was a human.
I think
the
human.
security was human. We don't know about the staff.
I thought the staff was too,
Yeah.
though. I thought the tender victuals were like everything in between.
They said,
Maybe.
yes, exactly. I thought that they said they hired everything for the wedding humans in order to satisfy both sides.
But why? If you're going to kill someone, why would you pinky in the brain it and tell everybody before you actually start?
Yeah, the sneak attack.
Yeah. Here I am coming.
But it's not a sneak attack if you're yelling it.
I'm
as
gonna kill you, bitch.
Go to kill them. Yeah.
Move to the right a little. I mean, come on.
Oh, man. Just the ineptitude of our assassins.
Yes.
Yeah, they're humans.
But we do find out later that she has taken a bunch of defense courses because she's been tried. They've attempted to kill her so many times.
Yeah. Serena and her were like, we're going to take care of ourselves, bitch.
Yep.
Let's go. Which, good for her.
Yes, I totally agree. But we wake up in the next chapter with her finally in Lowe Moreland's home. I cannot say Lowe Moreland normally. It's either Lowe or Mr. Moreland. I can't say both of them at the same time.
Mr. Moreland?
Yeah.
Mr. Moreland sounds way too
He sounds
formal.
like 80. Yeah.
I agree. I also called him Mr. Wolf in my notes.
Oh, I like Mr. Wolf.
Which is fine.
Mr.
Yeah.
Wolf. Yeah, okay, that works.
I just called him Lowe.
Lowe is fine too.
Which is interesting because, when my blood sugar, I'm going to now every time I go around going, I'm low. No, I'm not. I'm miserably low. That's what it is.
Ha ha.
Oh.
Ha ha.
With the jokes.
We find out that she pulled all of her bedding into the closet.
Which, that is shitty that they did not prepare her a room that she could sleep in.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. They don't care about her at all, clearly.
No.
She's got to sleep in the closet for a year?
Yeah.
But also, nothing like a kid to wake you up in the morning.
And I would have reacted the same way as her. Like, are you fucking kidding me? You're waking me up in the middle of the day for this?
Yeah.
What?
And then I was just like, Anna, where are your parents? Like, who are you?
Why are you in here? I locked the door. I'm pretty sure I locked the door.
And Anna's like, I have a key.
I have a key. Yeah.
This was my room.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, that other door that leads to Lou. Yeah. Because I used to crawl into bed with him when I had nightmares. Just, I know that was adorable. I love it.
My first thought was, okay, so when is Misery going to crawl into bed with Lowe? Hopefully
Was it this chapter or was it the next time she sees Anna that Anna is like, I have a cat. And she's like, you do now.
It's the last chapter in this section.
Chapter 6, yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Oh my God, that was so cute.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that even though only 3 days in and the cat does not like her at all, and yet Misery still takes care of the kitty cat and brings them with her. I love that.
I love that she calls him Serena's damn fucking cat.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a name. It's Serena's damn fucking cat.
Oh, I was living for that. I think it's, well, first of all, this is how we find out that we have to search for Serena, is in this chapter, is that Serena's gone, and
that human policeman is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yes, because Misery realized that she was missing and went to the authorities, and they did jack shit. And so,
shocking.
Misery.
And she continues to go back, and they're still doing jack shit.
Mm-hmm. And so Misery hears, like you said, the name, and she's like, oh, this is my chance to go look for Serena.
I will say this for the policeman. She said, would she leave her cat behind if she just went and left? And he was like, you're right. That's a big problem. And then he was like, oh, wait a minute. She's only had the cat for a few days. Never mind. He still should have known better.
Yeah, but nobody's going
to get a cat and then leave it behind unless you're an evil person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
He just needed an excuse not to look for her, to be honest. He just didn't want to fucking do it.
Yeah.
And I think it's so funny, like you said, that she calls her damn fucking cat. And I told Johan, I was like, they keep calling this cat damn fucking cat. And Johan was like, I relate.
I'm sorry, what now?
As in, he loves my cats, but it's my damn fucking cats.
I put in the notes, I was like, she so secretly loves this cat.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's how it is with Johan. I was like,
oh, I know. I've seen the pictures.
Exactly. I just think it's so sweet. And this is when we find out that apparently there's a whole subplot about Serena.
That was my thing. I was like, was she dating him, or was she his mate, or I don't know. That doesn't really make sense at this point, but it's so good. Like with the writing, like she makes you do all these guesses.
I love that there's story to it besides the romance. I'm thankful for that because I've read plenty of romance books that are not much plot.
Yeah.
And I feel like she lays it out in breadcrumb ways that are not ones that it's going to spoil it too soon. But it also doesn't like drive you crazy. Yeah.
I did have a theory about Serena.
Okay, lay it on us.
Okay.
And I was like, what if she turned out to be like, they really emphasized the fact that she was an orphan and she's alone. She has no family. So I was like, what if she turned out to be Lowe's like long lost sister or half sister or something? And that's why she was meeting with him. And that's just like this big red herring. That he didn't actually do anything.
Yeah. Like she's a werewolf.
And the loyalist kidnapped her. And
there's a big plot.
I like it.
I could see that. Something like that, at least. I'm wondering what's going on with Serena. Although I kind of like that she's a human. Personally.
I mean, I would expect the humans to know that she's a human if she was living in the human world, but they didn't know that
Misery.
But then they were also kids that they were taking care of, so I would assume that they took her to the doctor and saw her blood. Yeah,
there you go. I had a thought and it's gone now.
Welcome to my world.
I know the problem.
Damn it. I was going to say that Serena, something we didn't touch on, is that Serena, in the back of Misery's mind, when they had a fight, I'm assuming this is the last time they talked, which was their fight, was Serena telling Misery that she needs to live for something besides Serena, which is really sad. And I think clearly Serena just wants the best for her. But she's like, I need you to live a little bit. And I just wanted to point out that that's such a good friend. So
yeah,
it kind of reminds me, separate from that, it kind of reminds me again of Crescent City, like Bryce and Danica.
Oh, yes.
I know.
Yeah, Bryce kind of fell apart there.
Yeah.
After Losing Danica.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when she kept looking for her, you know. So it reminds me a lot of that, and I love that part of those books. Now, we get a little bit of more backstory about her and Serena here and there. We learn that, you know, growing up in the human world, Misery had kind of a hard time because, for example, she says this memory about when she had to go to this council thing, and there is this woman with a bracelet of vampire fangs, and it made her so scared.
Ever be okay?
Right? Like, that's not normal even on human standards. What are you doing, you freak? Just wearing that around? It's not a trophy.
Would have taken one of those things and stabbed her in the neck.
Right?
I mean, think about how, like, real humans act and the shit that they wear and that they do.
Mm-hmm. We also, in chapter 4, we meet Alex. Who is, I love him so much.
He's given her a tour of her prison, which I was not happy about, the fact that she was not allowed to, like, really leave or be alone at all, or given the internet whatsoever, especially with her being a techie.
Yeah. It's kind of implied that she's like a hacker, like a white hat hacker, but she also does coding for a living. And the fact that they took away her internet is crazy. Mm-hmm. There were a couple funny moments, though, about the internet when she was like, whoever stole the, like, Wi-Fi chip and the antennas out of my devices, she said she laid on the floor like a jellyfish, like a bleached jellyfish in the sun for hours, which I thought was hilarious. But, sorry, I feel like I totally butchered that. But
I mean, it's an image we all know well.
Yeah.
Because jellyfish litter our beach.
Right? But she tells Alex, who has been showing her around, that they feed once a day, more when it's hot, which I thought was funny because it's so opposite to the Twilight vampires being cold. Apparently, the vampires in this world do not operate as well when they're cold.
Yeah, she's like, it's a little too chilly in here.
Yeah. She's basically...
As a vampire I can get on board with.
Yeah. She's a cold-blooded animal. Cold-blooded, blue-blooded, indigo-blooded, violet-blooded.
I think purple.
Yeah. We also find out that from talking to...
She's a purple people eater.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Brilliant. No, that's fantastic. At least she's not a flying purple people eater, though, as she tells Alex she cannot turn into a bat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. As Anna also asked her, like, are you going to turn into a bat? Can you, like, are you dead? Like, did you die and then come back without a soul?
Yeah. Oh my god.
I love her so much.
All the stereotypes, like, if are you allergic to garlic? Well, I don't eat food, so...
She was like, would a cross burn you? And she was like, well, if it was really hot, yeah. Logically, yes. But she finds out from Alex that Ludwig is Lowe's second, but also apparently he has a lot of seconds in this little group that they call a huddle.
Yeah, you have a second from each huddle, apparently.
Yeah.
Although we don't know how many huddles there are.
Mm-hmm.
And also we learn the mate's name is Gabrielle?
Mm-hmm.
Or something?
Yes, Gabrielle, who was in Lowe's huddle, has been sent away, so we assume she is the quote-unquote mate that has been sent to the humans. Although nothing has been totally confirmed, but that seems to be the implication. Also, Alex is adorable, who is very shy, and apparently he flushes green. With a green tinge, which I think is so cute. I was surprised when they were talking, and also her talking with Anna, that you'd think that these two sides would know more about each other since they're mortal enemies.
From what I understand, let's talk about the mortal enemy thing, about the war or whatever.
Yeah.
Because from what I understand, the werewolves were so secretive that the vampires didn't know there was a change in leadership.
Right.
They don't know anything about them.
Yep.
And when Misery encounters different werewolves, she's like, he doesn't smell that good. His blood does not smell good.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder, especially with the blood banks, why there is such, the werewolves were like, oh, all these children are orphans because their parents were killed by vampires who just went all crazy and, murdered their parents for no apparent reason.
But it's like, when did they do that? If y'all don't know anything about each other, not even enough to know that there was a change in leadership.
And it makes me wonder if there's like some hidden thing to this war, like
Bad guy
more like
that's actually doing the killing or something and then blaming it on the other side because they're not bothering to actually get to know each other. It seems like they only know just enough to make wrong assumptions.
I think it's a lot of like bad people behind the scenes. I don't know if it's like vampires or werewolves or what if it's the humans doing shit.
To me, it sounds kind of like gang activity where it's like, and I don't mean that facetiously. I mean that as in like when they run into each other doing their daily lives, because they run into each other, they're hostile towards each other and then they kill one another out of like stupidity. You know what I mean? Like there's not even really much that warrants it. It's a handful of small skirmishes that add up over time, and they've already been at war for so long, it just continues.
I get that, and I completely agree with that assessment, but it also made it sound like the vampires, and I know this is coming from the werewolves, but it made it sound like the vampires were hunting them for their blood.
Right.
And Misery's like, no, your blood doesn't even smell good.
Right. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I think I kind of shrugged it off a little bit as like the werewolves being superstitious. Like Alex and Anna were being, because it's like clearly they have all these ideas about what the vampires are, but they don't actually know much about them. But that's possible. I definitely think there could be more to it.
I'm always looking for a more to it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm programmed that way. Like, what is really going on here?
Yeah, I don't know. Alex says that
sabotage.
Alex says that Lowe was actually sent away because he was powerful, because they knew that he was going to be an alpha. And stuff like that makes me think that like there was more going on before Lowe that possibly he and his cadre don't know anything about, because since Roscoe has quote unquote not been killed by Lowe, we don't know what he left behind because there's all these implications about loyalists and
sabotage.
Yes. So we also in chapter 4 get this motherfucker named Max who is so weird to her.
I don't like, he literally is like, he's going, it's almost like he's on drugs. He's having a conversation with her, not a nice conversation, like a riled up one. And then he just attacks her.
Yeah.
He just goes, "You're really pretty." And he says it like very, like, I think she makes a note that the way he says it is not, it's not really a compliment, but it's also not like he's surprised. It's just like a observation. And he's like, "You're really pretty. I bet that so-and-so really wants to look at you and enjoys it." And then he says something like, it transitions from like these weird observational statements to, "My parents are dead because of you," like kind of thing.
And Lowe's a traitor.
Yeah.
For marrying you.
And then he attacks her. And I was like, oh my God.
And then fucking Juno. We haven't talked about her, but I hate this bitch. I hated her from the second she opened her goddamn mouth.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Juno.
Yep.
Which
Stay
also
away from Anna. She came into my room, bitch.
Right.
Yeah. For real. I always hate characters like that because it's like, girl, are you witnessing what's in reality right now? I have not spoken to or even moved towards either of you.
Yeah.
Your overreacting is actually nuts.
And annoying.
And they don't even listen.
No. But of course, Mr. Wolf is there. And he is immediately on it. He's like, "Everyone quit what you're doing." And Max goes into this like crazy theatrical, like, "She was gonna kill me. She
showed me her teeth. Oh my God. She was gonna kill me and drink all my blood.
She just attacked me out of nowhere.
He should immediately have been demoted.
Yeah.
Like, wuss of the century.
Yeah.
And Juno chimes in and is like, I saw it. I saw the whole thing, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely. We all saw it. We all did.
And I was like, Juno, you were not fucking here, bitch. Can you not? Oh my God.
He has to know that he's in a pack that is filled with loyalists as well.
He does, I think. Which is why he brings her into his office and is like, what happened? Because I think he's like, I need to know from somebody else.
Yeah.
She's immediately like, let me look around real quick.
Yeah, she's thinking of Serena, but he's like, what's going on?
I think in that conversation, she said that she was kind of questioning, like, what did they think is going to come between this whole relationship? Because the likelihood of us having sex is about as equal as us starting a podcast together.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, that cracked me up. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, I was like,
oh, yes.
I also thought it was really funny that she said in the same area, she says the collateral, being her, the collateral is supposed to be a non-playable character in a video game.
Yeah.
For the next year, I need to be invisible, unobtrusive. I thought that was so funny.
And his whole, I need you to behave.
Yeah, I was like, yes sir.
Yes, sir. I can behave for you.
We have problems. We have problems. And he's so shocked that she's a virgin. He makes a comment. He was like, it's not like you're a virgin or something. This is not verbatim, but she's like, stranger things have happened, essentially.
Who would I have slept with?
Yeah, she's like,
yeah.
And who do you think that I was hanging out with? And he's so shocked for a second. And I was like, ooh, are we going to get a corruption kink? Are we getting a little bit of... I'm so excited.
Uh-huh.
Ugh.
Also, the great line where she's like, despite the fan fiction that Max and Juno are writing about me. Oh, that was good shit. She just is a very fun writer.
Uh-huh.
And then your cat is welcome among us. Well, I'm glad to know the cat is.
But thank you so much.
The cat, but think about it. They're dog adjacent. So that's a little odd that they would be like, your cat is welcome
It
here.
is. Yeah. Well, she assumes they're dog adjacent. We don't know how dog-like they are.
Which I appreciate the fact that the cat is welcome there, obviously.
Yes. But another thing, when he smells her again in this office, I was just like, he is barely holding himself together.
He's like trying not to breathe, but also like as soon as she turns her back to him, he's like,
He's like,
he's like, I'm going to take all of that smell in. I also love that when he mentions the cat, she's like, can I let him roam or will Max try to frame him for racketeering? Oh, and also she casually she just drops this in a paragraph that she says that her and Serena, the closest she ever got to sex was her and Serena watching porn to laugh at it. And I was like, this is screaming gay. I'm sorry. But like, you don't do that with your buddy, okay? This is screaming gay lovers. No.
What if that's the ultimate partnership? What if Serena turns out to be a werewolf, ends up to be the alpha, and then her and Serena actually end up together?
Now that would be a great twist.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I know that is not the ending.
Who was it? Dean, who's told Castiel, you just don't watch
porn with your friends.
That with other men in the the room.
Right. And don't get me wrong, I know that some girlfriends do weird things with their other girlfriends, but I'm telling you, that would not be normal for me as a woman who likes women. Maybe it's because they're straight, okay? I don't know.
To be fair,
that would not work for me.
To be fair, we read smut together.
You know what? You know what? But that's fair. You know what? That's fucking fair. It's a fair point. All right. Point taken. I've learned some lessons.
Like your Milking Steve book.
I mean, oh God.
Milking who? I'm sorry. Who did you say?
Milking.
Do you think that Minotaur's name is Steve? The Minotaur's name is Steve?
I couldn't remember.
I didn't say his name. You just gave him one.
What is his name?
I was like, Steve? Amazing. I don't remember his name.
At least one Minotaur is named Steve. And Steve gets milked, therefore.
I don't think Minotaurs are getting milked in this, at least. But if you want to talk about that, we can. You know what? I have learned some things today. I really have.
I'll be honest though. At least, like, I don't think I could watch porn with another girl. Or hell, and even a guy.
I do think that is very different. Like, watching next to your friend is more intimate than us doing what we're doing right now. You know? I just want to say that. And if you disagree, I think maybe we should reconsider this.
The commentary.
I'm just saying. I am just saying. Oh my god. Oh, that's good stuff. Oh man.
I am never going to be able to keep a straight face ever again if I hear the word Steve.
Steve! Milking Steve. Oh my god. For all the Steves out there, I'm so sorry. Oh man. I just love the way she writes too, though.
Yes.
She says something like, whatever crumb of freedom I had was swiftly vacuumed up. She just has, she's good with a simile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's really good with a simile.
It's like a perfect balance. It's not overdone or underdone. It's just like perfect.
I agree with you. We get one more chapter in this section. It's not too much goes on. We get a little bit of like, I don't have a lot of freedom, so that's illustrated a lot. We talked about that she doesn't have internet.
She did make friends with one guard.
Yes. What is his name? Mick. Yeah. And she gets a call from Owen and he follows her into that video call. And we learned that Owen looks nothing like her. That he looks, we're presuming like mom. But there's no pictures of mom, apparently, which I think is suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
I think it's weird that Henry wouldn't keep any pictures of mom.
Well, they don't seem to be in relationships for love. So they like,
that's true.
Why? It's just like a breeding contract.
It's so weird to me, though. I think I just can't comprehend. There's no pictures of her anywhere?
You would think that she has to have...
why would he be so upset that she died?
I don't know if she was upset.
Is he upset?
It's probably more of everybody was so excited to have twins because, you know, birth rates are down. We're going to have two, and then we minused one during the process.
Maybe. It's kind of unclear because we don't actually know how he feels at all about mom, do we?
There's not much that's said. It's and because of that, I feel like she's kind of a number to him. Instead of a person. But she has to have relatives, right? Something?
Oh, God, who knows? But yeah, Owen is not how I imagined him. I thought, in my mind, I was imagining the Lannister twins, that he's just a photocopy of her with short hair. You know what I mean? But he's like he's described opposite. He has darker hair. He still has light eyes. And he has dark skin. Which I was like, oh, wow. I bet his dark skin looks really beautiful with the violet eyes.
Yeah.
Oh,
like Grease.
Jealous.
Like a dark elf.
Yes! Oh my god. This just sounds so pretty. But what we do find out from this call is that he seems to know that Serena is missing too.
And that she's there to find her.
Yes. And so we get this funny little exchange where they're talking in the tongue, and Mick is like trying to listen in. We don't really know if he understands or not, but it's presumed that he does not. So Owen says that he will help her look.
Yeah, I do like the way they did it. There was like Remember that time when Dad took us like to go watch the stars or something? And then she's like, neither our father nor the army of nannies has ever done that.
Yeah. And she says in the tongue, and remember when he said, and then start speaking in the tongue, and he's like, yeah, of course. And then I said, yeah. Anyway.
It was a clever way.
Mm-hmm.
It was. She returns back to her room only to be interrupted once more by Anna, who tells
Came
her...
in through the window. Came
Yes.
in through the window. I would too be like, what the fuck?
Because I took her key.
Yes. She was like, bitch, the fuck? How'd you get in here?
Resourceful little kid.
She's like, I already contemplated sneaking out and I couldn't figure out how to get out because we were on the second floor. How did you get in?
She's like, where did you come from?
Got a Spider-Man reference there too.
We did. We also got a little Twilight reference with the spider monkey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I think she actually referenced it a few chapters prior because she's like, contrary to popular belief, we do not turn into glitter bombs in the sun. Yeah.
She did. Oh.
Yes. Love that.
But
I missed that one. I caught the spider monkey, but I missed the glitter bomb.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When she's explaining the windows.
Okay. And this is the part that fucking cracked me up is when she steals the cat.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, I have a cat. And she's like, do you now?
She's like, what's he look like?
And then she's like, yes, his name is Sparkles. Or no, her name is Sparkles. And he's like, you know, it's a boy.
She's like, first of all, he's a boy. And she was like, okay, his name is Sparkles. She's like, second of all.
It's like clearly Anna knows it's not her cat. Her name is Sparkles. I mean, his name is Sparkles. Also, I love that she says that her and Alex steal cars and talk with beautiful ladies. And Misery goes, you're playing Grand Theft Auto with Alex?
That was my exact thought. I was like, damn. Oh, and how about her? Like, I feel for Misery with the whole age thing because I am horrible at ages. And she's like, she's between
3 and 13.
3 and 13.
She's somewhere in there. And then Anna...
And she gives her credit for getting it right.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm so good at this.
Literally, she's like, okay, she falls within 3 and 13. I'm a genius.
And then she's like, okay, so is she going to sit on my bed? Does she wear a diaper? Is she going to pee on it?
Is she going to pee on it? Do I need
me?
to worry about this? I was... Just the whole thing was hilarious.
It was very cute.
Yes.
Very hilarious. Do I need to burp her?
Anna asks her, she's like, are you like Lowe? Do you not sleep? And she's like, does Lowe not sleep? And she's like, yeah, he has pneumonia. Like, girl, what?
Pneumonia,
he has pneumonia. And Anna's like, huh?
And the lollipops?
It reminds me. Yeah. It reminds me of an Instagram reel that I saw where the little girl was asking her dad if we were going to have lesbians for dinner.
I've seen that.
Instead of
she
lasagna.
Meant lasagna. Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah, I love kids.
He was like, what?
I love them. Kids say the darnest things.
Yeah. She's like, Lowe's not here. He's gone to deal with the lollipops.
The lollipop kids.
Right.
And we'll say it took me an embarrassingly long time to realize that it was insomnia that he had.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is she trying to say?
Big kudos to Misery for just talking to her like a normal adult, though, because it's so funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's like, you mean the loyalist? And she's like, yeah, the lollipops.
Oh, and she like makes her a game on her computer that is like a rudimentary snake. And I was like, that was like the first video game I've ever played back in the day.
The first game I ever played was this. It was like a game on my dad's flip phone, and it looked like you played like a pirate, like jumped around on like a platform. It was like the smallest screen ever, and I was really bad at it.
My dad's work gave him a computer to bring home, and he brought it home. It was the first computer that we ever had. And then they replaced it, and so they were like, you can just keep the old one. And so my dad gave it to us, and it had 2 games on it. One was Snake, which I played a lot, and the other was this like New York landscape with the buildings, and there was a gorilla on one side and a gorilla on the other side, and you threw bananas at each other to try and bomb them. And
Is it not Donkey Kong?
It was not Donkey Kong. It was. I have no idea what it was called, but it was like pixelated. So
I think I know what you're talking about. Actually, I actually take that back. I'm pretty sure my first video game was Spyro on PlayStation 1.
Yeah, I don't know the name of that game, but I think about it a lot.
I used to love Snake. I played the Neopets version all the time. All right. Well, how are we feeling as we're wrapping up this section?
I found it really hard to stop.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, me too.
You know me, I like to read. I read things in one sitting. When I decided to read Fourth Wing, I think I went home that day and read it to the point where I didn't go to sleep that night. And then I came back to you the next day and was like, so I finished.
Yeah. And I was like, what? I was like, wow, what the fuck?
So
you cheater.
I'm really impatient and I really wanted to continue. It was really good. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
It was hard not to keep. I ordered the book. I ordered that one and Mate because this is definitely one I could see me rereading.
Yeah. I don't blame you. I immediately was like, okay, I see why Christy just immediately bought the book because now I want my own copy. And like I borrowed mine from Rachel.
Oh. I was like, don't you have it?
No, mine is from Rachel because she really wanted me to read it. And I kept putting it off. I just wasn't in the zone to read a new book yet. And I'm glad we're reading it personally. I'm excited. I'm so excited to see what's going on. And I'm really wondering what's going on with Serena.
I do. I love you know me, I always love a mystery element. Because then I do get to make my theories, my random assertions and whatnot. So
she does a good job with that, but it's comforting. This to me is a little bit like the others in that it's a comforting book. Something about her character and the world is like an escape.
Yeah, I agree with that. Totally.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any other comments? Anything else we wanted to point out?
We're breaking into Lowe's office again next section.
Hell yeah, we are.
Nice.
Do we think we'll find anything in there?
Yes.
I feel like we will find something with the name that she saw when she found out who Lowe was, which is not Lowe, but L.E. Moreland.
Leopold.
Yeah, Leopold Eric Moreland, I think. I think we'll find some more about him. Maybe it's Lowe's dad. Maybe it's a moniker that he uses in the human world. Who knows?
I hope, honestly, that we do get some breaking out of the house.
For sure. Yeah, I can't spend the whole book in that house. We need something else going on, which I feel like Misery is capable of. So yeah, I'm ready. All right, so we'll end things there. We hope that you'll join us for next week's episode. We'll be discussing Bride, chapters 7 through 15. New episodes drop each week. And don't forget to check out last season's discussion on the Twilight series, available now.
Please remember to like, subscribe, and follow us on social media. That like and follow are super important for us to continue to bring you new episodes each week. So please, please, please do so. You can also support us by joining us on Patreon. Thank you for listening to the Midnight Raiders podcast. We'll see you next week.
Happy reading, listeners. Don't stay up too late.